Hi, I'm Bob. I just wanted to introduce this video with Kerry a little bit. Melissa Galbraith, the current head of IFSCA, organized a series of demos that she broadcast on her platform, and she asked me to do one of them. I'd never met Kerry before. I didn't know anything about her or her history. I think it's a very instructive video, and I'm really grateful to Kerry for giving us permission to show it. Many people are very sensitive about having their material shown, and I encourage people to be very respectful of their systems. So there are not many demos that I can share in this way. And I think this is an especially powerful one with a lot to teach us all. Thank you. Hi, Kerry. How you doing?
Hi, Bob. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. I'm glad you're here. Do you have something you want to work on?
Yeah. It's a little hard to sort through all the things. Well, I'd like to work with a situation that might be a UB. Wanted to take the opportunity since it's you. But I have to give some backstory, and I want to make it really as short as I can.
Great.
And so the backstory is that I would say I've had hundreds of opportunities to have been exposed to UBs during my life, and especially in recent years. A lot of complex trauma from childhood, lots of surgeries, lots of other crises, health crises, and family crises. And my family fell apart. I ended up homeless as a teenager. Then when my life just finally started getting stable in my 30s, early 30s, got cancer, a rare form of cancer that the treatments at the time were these radical, both chemotherapy and radical radiation treatments. And the radical radiation treatments were over a massive area and things that they have not done since and only did for that tiny group of people. It cured the cancer, and they really couldn't predict what the effect would be on me. So this was 30 years ago. And after about 20 years, I started having more and more and more and more problems, specifically like tissue and bone deterioration, nervous system damage, heart damage, other organ damage, lung damage, all kinds of manifestations. Ended up 5 years ago, had to have really hellish spinal surgery because my spine was collapsing. And as a result of that, there were so many spin-offs. I had major heart problems spun off from that, major other problems spun off from that, as well as the radiation damage, and had really severe PTSD, and still am in fairly acute PTSD, although with IFS in the last couple of years, I've been working with it in incredible ways, and things have changed, so I'm pretty stable, but for a while wasn't able to function really at all. So that's the backstory.
I'm so sorry for all your suffering, Kerry. What a life. Wow. Wow.
There's been a lot of wonderfulness in it too, but not around this.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So you think there's a UB or some external energy may be involved here?
Yes. And there are reasons that I feel that in the way I'm experiencing things in my daily life now, and the kinds of issues that I haven't been able to work with in I normally can really relate with my parts, and there's a couple of places where I can't. And they may have connection to, I wanted to ask you if radiation itself could be a form of elemental UB, because it certainly is an alien energy in my system that is still manifestly causing effects. And it did come into my system in order to, I mean, I don't know what, or for sure things that piggybacked on that. And also I had cadaver bone grafts that were actually still living bone. And so I have other people's bone in my body, maybe many other people's bone in my body. And I don't know, again, all of those are.
Kerry, can we stay with your present experience of these, what you think might be foreign energies inside you? We can do theoretical stuff at the end, okay?
Yes. Well, the chief thing, well, there's two things. One is I have a kind of insomnia that I've had since early childhood, actually, but it's gotten much, much more severe since surgery, since this recent surgery. And the way it manifests is that it doesn't appear to have content, but I feel like there's something very, very, very wrong happening in me. I'm so awake. I'm exhausted. I have to sleep. And a lot of my parts are panicking. I can feel the parts panicking that we can't sleep. And I think, oh, it's parts who, are just excited or hypervigilant because of anxiety stuff. But when I try to address parts that are hypervigilant, I have been able to address them to some extent, and this feeling persists.
Okay. So you got two clusters that you got this night terror or whatever you want to call it, and you've got this difficulty contacting certain parts. Are those the two?
Or that the two those are all parts of the thing that comes up at night.
Yeah.
I don't have difficulty contacting the parts, but I can't find whatever it is that's associated with the actual wakefulness. It doesn't seem like a part.
Okay. Okay. You said there were two major ways you thought UBs were showing up. Should we just?
And then the other.
The other, yeah.
I'll just name the other, and the other is I just have a really persistent haunted feeling in my own home that rises up every afternoon. And again, could very well be PTSD associated. There are some parts associated with it, but it's more than that. It feels like it's so overwhelming dread, and I just kind of feel like I endure through it because I can't get at it in any way.
Okay, great, really clear. So two big doorways we could go through. Are you ready to go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming for you this is a pretty familiar path inside.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about IFS is every time we go into our inner world, our feet beat the path more firm, and our movement into our inner world makes the way easier. So each time we can go a little deeper, a little easier entering that inner world. And as you enter your inner world, the first thing I'd like you to do is check and see, are there any parts who don't want us to go looking for these external energies today? It's okay, you're not bad or wrong. It can be kind of scary.
I don't hear or see anything, but I feel like the energy itself is rising in me that I feel at night and in the afternoon. They're two different ones, and I feel like they're both present somewhat.
Okay. And they might be the same thing. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
How are you feeling towards this energy as it rises in you?
Really curious.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If any parts get scared anywhere along here, please encourage them. Don't go hide. You're really important. External energies only get power inside of us by scaring us. And the way we deal with that is to gather in all the scared parts and love them, not to shut them up, because that doesn't work. That just makes it all worse for everybody. So if anyone gets scared in there, encourage them, come forward and we'll help. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So turn towards this dark energy or these dark energies and just say, hi, I'm really curious about you. I'd like to get to know you, and see how they respond.
Get a sense of awareness of me, but not a response exactly. I think they're aware of me, and they don't seem to have. Feels like it's a multiple thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't feel like they're aggressive towards me at all. They're just aware.
Okay.
Awareness seems like the big quality of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
hyper aware.
Good. Wonderful. So I want you to say some things to them. If they're true for you, if they're not, oh, by the way, I have only one rule in therapy land. No make nice. Don't say anything because you think it's what you're supposed to or that I want to hear. Please, none of that. You're welcome. If I say something dumb, please say, Bob, that was really dumb. And you're welcome to cuss me out if I do something really stupid. 4-letter words are totally welcome, but no make nice. Okay, Kerry?
Yeah.
So if it's okay with you, say to these beings, we don't want to judge you or punish you or hurt you. Whoever or whatever you are, we want to help you. And it looks like you're suffering a lot. And just ask them, are you suffering?
Actually get a no.
Wow, okay. Ask them this. What's your intention? What do you need here?
Space. Space. I need space.
Okay. What's good about having space?
Spread out.
Okay. What's good about spreading out?
It's just what I do. I just spread out. That's what I do. I spread.
Okay. 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 How come you're doing this inside of Kerry? What's your intention for her?
Yeah. I get something like frustration that there's no room to spread out here.
Yeah, there isn't.
So it's trying to force spreading out.
Yeah. Tell the part this if it's true for you. You have never gotten what you need inside of me, Kerry, and you never will be able to. You are confused and lost and in the wrong place. And see how they respond to that.
So I think a part of me just came in and I'm not sure why the word confused brought in a confused part of me, and I lost track of what you were saying.
Okay, fine. Hi, confused part. Welcome. Good to meet you. Thanks for coming forward. I bet it took some courage for you to come forward. How are you feeling towards your confused part, Kerry?
Tender. She shows up a lot.
Great. Gently offer it your tenderness and see how it responds.
It's so funny. I just got this image of Cindy Lou Who from the Grinch and giving her a drink of water and sending her off to bed.
Okay. Well, let's make sure she's happy before we send her off. Okay.
Yeah, she looks like she just needed to be told that she didn't have to be here.
No, she doesn't. Go someplace safe. Great idea. Okay. So focusing back on those other energies. Ask them, what's your intention for Kerry?
I'm still finding there's still confusion of some kind. I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, ask them this directly. Are you a part of me? Now, actually, Kerry, there are 3 possible answers here. Yes, I'm a part of you. No, I'm not a part of you. Or both yes and no. I'm a part of you and not a part. That might help them be clear about it.
Yeah, thank you for that clarification, because the first response I got was, I don't know. So I think it might be something more like both.
Okay. So focusing out there towards them, maybe sort of notice if there's a part of you trapped out there with them. Maybe just sort of call out gently, like for a lost kid in a forest. Hey, hi, is some part of me stuck out here? Hi, we're coming for you.
So something coming in that's really really had an emotional response to that.
Kerry, is it okay with you to be feeling all this emotion?
Yeah.
Let the part know you have big emotion and it's all welcome with me now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This part feels like they've been shut out.
Yeah. What do you want to say to this part? I can offer you words if you want them.
I want to say to this part that they're welcome back.
Great. How does it respond?
They want to believe that, not yet believing that.
Okay, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let them know you make sense. And tell them with us they get choice. We're not going to force them to do anything. How are you feeling towards them right now, Kerry? Again, whatever's real, no make nice, please.
Mm. Well, it's somewhat a part response, but it's very, very tender. Again, it's very, but really wants this one back.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. Really good. Now I want you to do something. It's going to be less. It's going to be less than you want to do. I want you to offer them that tenderness exquisitely gently and slowly, because these parts of you may never have experienced human compassion or tenderness in their entire existence. So please be really slow and tender with it, and see if they can take in even a drop. And let them know if you can't, there's even more gentle ways we can offer it to you.
These scenes from my life that are flashing up, and one that I'm seeing strongly right now is as if I'm holding the place of my mother standing on a doorstep, holding the door open to a young teenager, inviting them back in, inviting them in, and just standing in the doorway. And the house is warm and safe, and just inviting them to come back.
How can the part receive your tenderness and your invitation?
There's just a lot of pain in my heart.
Yeah. Yeah. This one has a lot of pain. Lots and lots and lots of pain.
Because this is what didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Can she take in maybe even a drop of your tenderness on her lips so that she can taste it and that she can come to know it's good and it will help her grow strong again? Yeah. If she can't, there's other things, whatever's real for her.
I'm actually feeling like it's important to let her know that it's not actually, because she can't believe that it's the situation she was in as a young teenager. Because it wouldn't have been, it didn't happen that way. But I'm showing her that it is that way now, that it's me standing in the doorway, and that it's her home that she's being welcomed into.
Great. Really good, Kerry. Really clear. How's she respond?
She wants to come in.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Encourage her to get as close as she wants and to enter completely when and if she wants.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm feeling like she's coming inside of me.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. And if it's right for you, Kerry, let her know this is just the beginning of a whole new relationship for us. It can grow stronger and deeper and richer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm letting her know I've missed her.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Now ask her this. Are you ready to let go of those other energies who had you trapped?
Yeah. 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 The door is shutting.
Great. Great. Okay. Really clear. So tell her that you and she will be getting to know each other better and better in the days, weeks, months ahead, years ahead. And let's focus back on that energy that was out there. And ask it again. Are you a part of me? and see how it responds now.
Yeah, I'm bigger than you. It says I'm bigger, I'm much bigger.
Okay. Well, please answer the question directly and honestly. If you're this great big being, you don't have any, no, you're not a part. Okay, thank you for that. We will be honest and direct with you, too. It seemed like you weren't really clear as to why you were here in Kerry. Did some bigger, larger being than you send you here?
I just got here. I got put here.
Okay.
It sort of is questioning if it was punishment, but it doesn't really know.
Okay. Is whoever put you here still around? Would it help you go safely if we dealt with whoever put you here?
I just get this sense of scanning,
Scanning, like it's looking around?
like it's scanning to see if it's around.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Great.
picking anything up.
Okay. So I want to tell this being this. Again, you live in a world of lies and illusion and delusion. You're in the wrong place. You're lost. And even though you denied it before, you've been suffering here. You haven't been able to expand and be as big as you want to be. We're going to help you go to where you can heal. Now, there are two ways we can do this. There's a quick way, but it requires courage on your part. And there's a slower way where we can prove to you that the beliefs you hold are lies and that you've been living in a realm of illusion. Which way do you want?
Yeah, I'm not getting any response. I'm getting more of a like what it's doing when it's not sure is just getting bigger.
Okay.
I'm feeling more tension of it inside me, more anxiety.
Okay. Okay.
Some of my parts are reacting. Just I feel physically really uncomfortable.
Yeah. It might well try and scare you or, puff and puff. It's like a schoolyard bully puffing up their chest and waving around. I just want you, all your parts and this being to know any being that would make its way in the world by scaring little child parts is not really a powerful being. It's a terrified being.
I don't think it's scaring them on purpose. I think it's just it gets bigger to try to get more of itself, just get more sense of itself. I'm actually feeling some compassion for it because it's like it doesn't know what it is, it doesn't know where it is. It's just trying to do what it thinks it's supposed to do.
Okay.
In order to be itself.
Yeah. Tell it this. Your strategy doesn't work. Your strategy hasn't worked. And you've tried it for a very long time. We're going to offer you a new way. And this strategy will work. Now, Kerry, let's try this and see how it goes. Imagine you turned on a light switch in your inner world. and your whole inner world was flooded with nice, warm, yellowish light, maybe. I don't know, you might choose some other color.
Oh, that's good.
And then let that light just sort of gently form a container, a spacious and comfortable container around that being. We don't want to hurt it or punish it in any way. And then move it, bring it, the whole bigness of it, out around in front of you to a good conversational distance. And let me know how all that goes for you.
A little hard time feeling it because it feels like putting a light around a dark space, a large dark space.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have boundaries exactly, except for my own body.
Yeah.
My body right now is its bounds.
Okay. And the light can be its boundaries too.
Uh-huh.
And see if that works. Whatever's real.
Yeah.
See, gently pull the darkness out.
It's feeling afraid now because it feels that being confined is taking its life force away.
Tell it this. I'm sorry we've scared you. We're actually going to reconnect you to life force, not take it away from you. What you've been doing is wrong. It doesn't work for you. You have been trying to hide in a cave in hell where there's nothing to eat, no friends, nothing. We're going to help you go where you belong, where there'll be plenty. Ask this being this. Can you remember way, way back before all your troubles begin? Can you remember the loved ones from way back then? Oh, I'm sorry. You've been lost a long, long time, huh? I'm so sorry. We're going to help you go to where you can heal. Now, how's it going pulling it around front? Remind it, we want to help you. We don't want to hurt you or judge you, nothing like that. We're here to help you.
Yeah, I have a sense of it being in front.
Okay, great. Now tell it this. Well, let's check this first. Kerry?
I was just going to say, I think there are other parts of me that are still
out there with it?
Yeah, they're reacting to it. They're involved in it in some way.
Okay. Now, there's usually two ways that happens. The first one is you might notice if there are any tentacles or strings or tubes or rootlets, anything like that, coming back from that being and touching your body anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing, I'm feeling cold and still a kind of confusion that feels more parts like than like the.
Yeah.
These confusion.
Yeah, these things are really good at spreading a fog of confusion, like one of those squids squirting ink.
Yeah, and that's what it feels like, and cold too. I'm really cold.
Yeah, these things are almost always cold. Well, they're parasites, and they leave the parts of you who were close to them cold too, because they're taking away our heat. So, nothing coming back and touching your body. So just check inside that darkness out there. Hey, any more parts of me stuck out there? Hi there. Hi. Anybody stuck out here? And just keep calling gently, maybe even singing a lullaby if it's right for you, and see if anyone's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing the me that's attached to having gotten the radiation, that got the radiation that saved my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the feeling of it was very cold getting the radiation treatment. I was masking tape down with my half my body naked, masking tape down to a steel table so I wouldn't move any part of me.
Mm-hmm.
This part. And then everybody else left the room, and this huge machine moved around my body, delivering tons of radiation. And it was really terrifying because I couldn't turn my head, I couldn't move.
How are you feeling towards this part who was so terrified and so cold?
And victimized.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like this is a part that feels like the victim of the radiation, and also like this is saving my life, so I have to do this. I have to stay connected to this because this has saved my life.
Does this part make sense to you?
Oh, yeah.
Let it know you completely make sense, and see how this part responds to your understanding.
It's saying if I let the radiation go, I die.
Yeah. Tell it this. That was then. This is now. We can let this dark energy go. The radiation has done its work many years ago.
Well, I think I don't know if it's the same part, but I think it is. That's saying I knew it was the wrong thing to let it to have it. I knew it was going to hurt me. I knew it was going to hurt me, but I had to let it in.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to let the.
It was responsible. Feels responsible for all the harm.
Oh, and even it feels
all
responsible.
the harm that got done to my system by letting that in.
Mm-hmm.
This part knew that it wasn't good for me.
Yeah. Is there something you want to say to this part? I have words if you don't. You want me to offer words, or you?
Yes, please. I'm kind of blended with it right now.
Okay. You saved my life. You did something incredibly difficult and courageous, and you saved our life. Thank you. You're a hero. You're not a villain. You did something really, really, really hard.
So much suffering happened from it.
Yeah. How are you feeling towards this part right now?
I understand why she feels this way.
Yeah. Offer her your understanding, and if it's right for you, invite her back into your arms.
I'm trying to invite her back. I think she's been back. She came back, and then she ended up in the same situation again because she had to say yes to the spinal surgery. Again, it saved my life, but it caused so much suffering.
Yeah.
Just way more suffering. It probably would have been better to die, is what she's saying. I get that. I get that she feels that.
Yeah. Really, really, really hard. And ask her how are you feeling towards her?
Loving.
Yeah. Now again, really gentle with her, please offer her your love. And tell her if you take in some of this, you'll start to feel stronger again. And see if she can. How is it for her to receive your love?
It's like the self energy in her is expanding to meet it. It's like
wonderful, wonderful.
She's like extending. She's recognizing that the fact that she knew it would cause harm and made this hard decision was something that took courage in her.
Mm-hmm. Big courage.
But she was the part that knew, that really knew what it was going to cost. And she chose it because she didn't want us to die. And so she took on as much of the suffering on herself as she could.
Pretty heroic, huh?
Yeah, she knows this about herself. So I'm just validating it.
Mm-hmm. And if you're ready, Kerry, invite her home. Please come home. I know I'll never be a whole person without you. Please come home.
Yeah, she's getting warm.
Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. And ask her, are you ready to let go of that darkness now?
There's a little skeptical voice here, but
it's okay. Hi, skeptic.
Yeah, this one's ready to let go. I don't know about the skeptic.
Let me talk to the skeptic for just a minute, please. Hi, skeptic. It's too soon for theories and analysis and evaluations. We're in data collection mode. And you are intelligent and you have a lot of clarity. Would you please help us collect data? And that means helping Kerry be aware of everything that happens in her inner world. And that's a big job. Would you please help us with that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, skeptic. Thank you. So focusing back on that darkness.
Yep.
Just say to it, I can prove to you that you've been deluded and believe a whole bunch of lies that aren't true, and that's what's kept you trapped here. Here's the first lie you believe. You believe that the light that now surrounds you will hurt you horribly when you touch it. That's a lie. What hurts you is your own terror and fear of the light. Gather your courage and touch the light that's all around you now. And let us know how it really feels to you.
It's experiencing a spaciousness. I think that's how it experiences everything good, is spacious.
Great, great. Didn't hurt, did it? Not at all. Here's another lie you believe. You believe that if you look down inside yourself, there's nothing but blackness in an abyss. And if you look down there, you'll just fall and fall and fall and fall forever. That's another lie. Gather your courage again and look down inside yourself and see what you see. For you, it might be spaciousness. For most beings, it's a glimmer of light like a star in the night sky.
Actually, it's seeing a galaxy.
Great.
Swirling.
Mm-hmm. Tell it, focus on that. Focus on it. You'll see more and more detail. You'll notice the color and the movement. It's really beautiful, isn't it? And you might even start to feel the warmth that comes from that. Now tell this one this. You can't stay here in Kerry anymore. We want to help you go to where you can heal. If you look up now, that's the next thing. Gather your courage and look up. Beings like you usually see a tunnel or a pathway. And at the end of that tunnel, there's more light, there's more space, and there's kind beings leaning down to help you. Sometimes when parts and beings are really hurt, they send down guides to carry you home to help you make the transition. And ask the darkness what it sees when it looks up.
It's space beyond, beyond like a tear in the sky, and when the sky being like something you can break through and out of, like it's holding it back.
Tell it, go ahead on now. You've suffered too long. It's time for you to go home into the great open space you've so longed for. And if you can, Kerry, say to this being, go in peace. It's over here. Go in peace. And as this being leaves you, tell it, take every little wisp of darkness, every part, every soldier, every employee, take it all with you. This being might even see those all streaming on ahead, like a flock of birds over a hill. And then as it goes to that tear, that opening, very often there's a feeling like current in a river or suction as it's lifted back to its home. Mm.
So interesting. And you said taking all the others with you. What I'm seeing is literally hundreds of dead people floating up and going. I worked in hospice and was with around thousands of people who died, and many of them have seemed stuck.
Has this being disappeared completely into that open?
It's so hard to tell because I'm not sure what my body's supposed to feel like. It's been here for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we can come deal with that. Do you have a sense that it's gone completely? That this phase feels complete or not?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. You've done real well and your parts have done great. So let's come back inside of you, into your body. Yeah, and let your body and breath do anything they want. There's an ancient, ancient wisdom in you, Kerry, in your body and breath. And when we access that, we're so strong. So let your breath and body move any way they want. And let's just say hi to all the parts now. Let them know we couldn't have done this without your permission. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just check, everybody okay? Anybody upset? Or how's everybody doing in here?
I'm getting this sense from that what's left, what went away, is this idea of everything we've gone through being suffering in a profound sense, like something that you can never feel. Like this ultimate suffering experience. It feels like they're conceiving of themselves differently, like they have had pain but not suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Same way.
Great. If you will, Kerry, just check. Everybody okay? Is anybody upset or unsteady feeling or need attention? Okay, great. What a resilient system you have, Kerry.
Not right now. They're like they're not 100% sure they know like how to move forward from here or how to integrate this so it'll stay, but in this moment they feel very different.
I want to say a couple things about that. A lot of people, when this kind of stuff happens, it's like, I don't know if you've ever been in a canoe when a very heavy person gets out.
Mm-hmm.
The canoe sort of is pretty weird for a while.
Yeah, it feels weird because they just don't know this.
Yeah, and then suggest to them this. Yeah, we don't know what's going on right now, but hopefully you'll have enough time to dream and imagine what would really be deep, fulfilling, and meaningful lives for each one of you now that that big heavy weight's off. I want to ask one more thing because we're just about out of time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a sense of higher power, spirit, guide, the divine, anything like that that you've met before in your life, Kerry?
Yeah.
If it feels right to you, invite that in now. I think you've made a lot more space inside you. And see if that energy is near, and if you want to invite it in, and if it's willing to come in and fill you. My experience with energies like this, they so respect us that they require invitations at each stage of coming into our life. So if it's right for you, you might invite it in stage after stage. Welcome into each organ of my body. Spirit, welcome into every place I've been hurt. Spirit, welcome into every cell of my body. And encourage all your parts to welcome in spirit too, if they want. Everything's voluntary, no pushing. Okay? And tell them, I bet you know this, but I just want to say it aloud anyway. Tell them you can't grasp this stuff or hang on to it. It's like trying to grab water. The harder you squeeze, the less you get. The way to get more, ironically, is once you're completely full, give it away. And I want you to think of someone you love or care for and offer them this energy of spirit. Because then I think you'll feel right away that a whole bunch more flows in.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Yeah. Oh. We're going to have to quit. One last question. Just ask inside. Is there anything else that should happen inside me today for this to be as healing as possible for all the parts and all the beings?
Well, I'm hearing a part that wants to know how I can interpret experiences differently if they start to look like what it was like if I have insomnia,
Mm-hmm.
that they're going to start thinking, oh, it's back.
That's a great question. And that one probably deserves a whole nother session. I just want to say, as you're reorienting, and a lot of people find a few deep breaths help them slide back in an easy, sweet way. I think the most important thing now, Kerry, is you got several parts rescued or retrieved that were really stuck in that darkness. Really important to check in with them on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a daily meditation or some other practice?
Yeah, I do it. I check in with parts in the morning.
Great. So you can add them to that in an easy way.
Good. I'll do that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.